So we just got over with 2020, and man, things have been nuts as far as ammo and bullets go. You cannot find anything. I don't care if it's in your local store, I don't care if it's in Walmart, it's really tough. So I know a lot of people have been getting into reloading, and maybe you're thinking, because you're watching this video, maybe I should get into reloading. In today's video, I want to go over some of the things you should consider before you go off and run to your nearest store and buy a press. So if you're thinking about reloading because you can't find any ammo or bullets anywhere, I want to answer that question right now, because when it comes to reloading, there are 4 components you need instead of just one. When you go to buy a bullet, a 9mm round, all you need is a 9mm round. Well, now you're going to need the bullet, you're going to need the case, you're going to need the primer, and you're going to need powder. The cases you can just reuse over and over and over again. The bullets, typically you can find bullets around. If not, you can go crazy and you can cast your own. Powder, right now, powder is almost impossible to find, and primers are also almost impossible to find. I've been going to the store at least once a week for the past 4 months, and I've found primers twice. So just because you're reloading, it doesn't remove your dependency on manufacturers to manufacture the components that you will need to reload. So if you're thinking about reloading just to get yourself not dependent on the rest of the world for your bullets and your ammunition, then that's not a very good reason to reload, because you're still going to be dependent on it. Now that said, it is much easier to stock up during the times when bullets and stuff are around and it's all plentiful, like it was 2 or 3 years ago. It's much easier to store 20,000 primers and 16 pounds of powder and such, and then just reuse your cases over, and it's a little bit cheaper to do it that way. And then you could have ammo for a long period of time, but you're still dependent on manufacturers. Okay, the second thing you need to consider is, are you going to enjoy it? If you're not going to enjoy reloading, then my recommendation is stop this video right now and don't even consider the other parts, because if you're not going to enjoy it, you're not going to enjoy the hours you're going to have to put in on the forums to learn what you need to know. You're not going to enjoy the hours you're going to have to spend at the press. You're not going to enjoy tumbling the brass. You're not going to enjoy really any of all the work that it takes to reload. But if you're the type of person that you like learning, you like tinkering, you like playing around with different charges and stuff, and figuring out what's going to work in your gun, then maybe reloading is really for you. I happen to be an engineer by trade, and that's kind of what we do as engineers. So I personally almost enjoy reloading as much as I do shooting. And so if you're going to be that kind of person, then yes, you should get into reloading, because you're going to love it. Okay, another thing to consider is cost. Everybody asks me, Josh, am I going to save money when I start reloading? And the answer is probably not. But that said, per round that you put down range, you probably will save money. But you're just going to shoot a lot more rounds, so overall you're not going to save money. In addition to that, to all your components that you're going to buy, you do have a lot of upfront costs that you're going to run into. I'll cover more of this in my introductory to reloading video that I'll post here in a week or two. But essentially, you're going to have to fork over some cash. You're going to need a press. That's going to run you, I mean, if you go cheap with a Lee single stage, maybe $50. This is a Hornady auto progressive press. This is about $500 to $600 if you can find it right now. Right now, even these are hard to find. If you find them, they're usually like $800 right now, which is pretty ridiculous. I paid like $450 for this. You'll need a bullet puller, primer flipper, you'll need a tumbler, you'll need some case prep, case trimming stuff, a scale, shell plates, dies, some sort of lubricant, and I'm probably forgetting some stuff. Oh, I got my tumbling media down there, and then you're going to need all your components. I got powder over here. And this, actually not, these are my bullets. I got some primers up there. Got powder on here. So there's tons and tons of things that you're going to need, equipment and components. And all that's going to cost a lot of money. Just in my equipment, not counting powder, bullets, or primers or anything, I'm into reloading about $1,200. I've actually linked in the description below a spreadsheet that you can check out that shows all of the things that I have and some alternatives that you could get as well. So to do a quick comparison on how much reloading will save you. So let's just say 9mm cost 20 cents per round, because that's kind of what they used to cost. I have 3 different bullets that I load my 9 with. I have this cast lead one here, and when I shoot with that one, it's about 8.5 cents per round. This one is a second full metal jacket bullet. When I shoot with this one, it's about 12.5 cents per round. And this one here is a brand new 115 grain full metal jacket, and when I shoot with that one, it's about 15 cents per round. So you can see that even with the brand new bullet, I'm still saving about 5 cents per shot. I have a link in the description below to a spreadsheet. Actually, I'll just post it right here. So you can see on the spreadsheet that it's going to take me about 12,000 bullets, 9mm bullets, to break even on all my equipment. So that's quite a bit. I'm not shooting even close to even a tenth of that. Well, actually, it's about a tenth of that per year. So it's going to take me 10 years to pay off all my equipment, and a lot of time, and a lot of rounds downrange. The last thing that you need to consider is time. Do you have time to reload? If you're self-employed and you're working like 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and you got like 4 or 5 kids running around, you're not gonna have time to reload. I'm sorry. Reloading takes quite a bit of time. First, you gotta tumble all your brass. You gotta trim it if it's a rifle brass. So depending on the case, sometimes you have to trim it. You gotta spend time at the press actually reloading. If you have a single stage, then it's going to be even slower for reloading. So reloading takes a lot of time, and if you don't have time to give for it, then maybe reloading's not for you. An example, on a multi-stage, on this progressive press, I can do about 400 9mm rounds in an hour if I'm on my A game, and if no primers or anything really gets jammed. That's my record, is 400 in an hour. And I don't even have the auto case sleep feeder or bullet feeder. So if you don't have time, then maybe it's not for you. So that's pretty much it. You need to take into consideration whether you have time, whether you're going to enjoy it, the cost associated with it, and the fact that if you can't find ammo at the store, odds are is you're not going to be able to find components to reload. So yeah, the decision up to you. If you like tinkering, then I highly recommend reloading. It is a ton of fun. I almost enjoy it as much as I do shooting. Anyway, make sure you subscribe, so when I post my introductory video to reloading that goes through some of the stuff you're going to need if you've chosen that you want to reload, then make sure you watch that video.